So, hi everybody. It's Karl and Sharon here at Escape, and today we are doing Escape Trailer Talk number 5 with Derrick and Nancy Egan. And, well, I guess we'll just move forwards and maybe you guys can give us a little bit of history on yourselves, on what made you move towards Escape, and what kind of camping experiences you like, and how you like your Escape.
I get to start?
Sure.
I've always been, actually as a child, my parents had RVs, so I've been camping since I was a little kid. It's been newer for Derrick, I guess. We camped in tents, we camped in a tent trailer. He convinced me to buy a camper so that we could do a little bit more off-roading stuff. Then we had our daughter. And then the morning that I was nursing the baby at 2 a.m. and a mouse ran through the camper, I said, we're done. Yeah. Find me something better. And then his massively impressive research skills kicked in because I'd never heard of Escape, despite having grown up going to RV shows for fun. So, yeah, you did the research.
Yeah, like Nancy says, we're big believers in quality, and we've been camping for years, and we've gone through all sorts of different vehicles and types for different reasons. And when the boss here told me that there wasn't enough space in the camper, and apparently mice aren't cool, we decided we just kind of looked into what kind of things we wanted. We've always had our eye on polars, the fiberglass trailer, the quality, the long term, the longevity. We're the kind of people who take care of things, don't mind spending hard-earned money on really good products. So we were humming and hawing about Escape. I believe they used to be out on the side of the highway on your way to Chilliwack as an advertisement, parked on the side of the road for years.
Yes.
And I always went by and went like, man, I want to check that out one day. And we finally decided to go in. And like I said to Nancy, that was it. Sold. Like when we went in, when you used to be able to go in before COVID, obviously, and this is 2017.
2018, maybe?
Somewhere around there. Went in and looked at the product ourselves, and the showroom was great. The people are fantastic. You could tell the quality's there. We've owned stick-built stuff before, and my family has this horrendous history with water leaks, like whether it's houses or cars or anything.
The curse.
It's a curse. And, I don't want anything that leaks. I remember talking to Sam and saying, what's your favorite option? And it doesn't leak. It's well built. That's our favorite option. So that's really what led us to Escape, and a great, there's no compromises in our opinion for what you pay. It's a really excellent value when you're looking at the Airstreams and the Bigfoots and the competition of the world. And we've been ecstatic with it. Really, it's a really great product.
Absolutely.
And your camping, so what are your sort of? Maybe I'll start off with when you configured your trailer and built your trailer. That was back in obviously 2018. So we didn't quite have the fabric options and different choices at that time. But what were the must-haves for you?
A lot of it was already there. Like for me,
yeah.
I just wanted to have the full-size bed. Having spent a few years in a camper, not being able to sit up, that was time for a real bed and a bathroom and all those kinds of things. So those were important. I believe the U-shaped banquette was an option, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
We were also trying to figure out, we looked at other small trailers and, with the little one, looking at something where she could sleep comfortably that would still grow with her kind of thing. So the U-shaped banquette gave kind of the biggest bed option for her, for something she could grow into, and we could kind of see how we would use that. So that was probably one of the ones I liked the most.
I like the high lift axle because we do tend to go to, we carry the boat with us in the back of the truck. We go to a lot of Forest Service sites, things that aren't necessarily provincial or federal. High lift axle, the AC unit, even though we've yet to use it.
We don't plug in anywhere. So
yeah, we carry the generator with us to charge the boat battery, but but I definitely want to make sure we had it. Either A, for the odd time that we would be somewhere really warm, and B, resale if ever, but not that we ever hope to sell the thing. The removable power cord, oddly enough, was forefront in my mind because that's how the mouse got into our camper.
Oh,
so that's a nice touch.
Nice. Absolutely.
Geez, I'm trying to think. We've got the thermal windows and the insulation package, which has come in extremely handy. Again, we go fishing early in the season. We can be up in the relative mountains here in BC, and it's pretty darn cold at night, right? So having that, the heater doesn't kick on very much. It holds its heat. It stays cool when it's hot out. So those kind of options are really working out well for us.
Absolutely. And we can testify to the insulation quality because I think one of our first trips with the little one, she woke up as 1-year-olds do in the middle of the night and, screamed for about 3 hours. And we got up the next day and said to everyone, because we were camping somewhere where we were pretty tight and close to other people. We're so sorry. We're so sorry. Our child was screaming for 3 hours. And they said they heard nothing.
Oh.
So with the windows
Soundproof.
and doors closed, it is quite soundproof in
It is
there.
very soundproof.
Oh, wow.
She tested that for you. There you go.
Yeah, good girl. As they do.
Overall, I guess you could say that our trailer is somewhat sparsely optioned. We had the microwave delete. We've got the power tongue jack, high lift axle. I'm just looking at it out the window.
The retractable awning, I think, was
That's a great-
standard.
I don't remember. I think we had a choice, and we went for the retractable awning to keep the posts out of the way.
Right.
Which I love, but
It's
he wouldn't
really
let
good.
me use it hardly ever, but it is still a really nice feature. Apparently, it's a cleaning issue.
It's hard to get pine needles off the darn thing.
That's true. Yeah. And you don't want them to come back in. They'll destroy the motor on that unit that gets jammed up with it.
You definitely got to roll it back out and clean it off before you put it away for sure, because they stain like crazy, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, yeah, they do.
Nice to have. Really nice to have.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool, right? Because the whole idea is that we have a standard trailer that is generally well apportioned or appointed, pardon me, and can do most of the job that everybody wants. And then, the sort of the extra little bits that you want to put on are the bits that you really feel you need for your camping experience.
Absolutely. And, we hummed and hawed about solar. And again, because we're usually trolling around a lake with an electric motor, we bring a generator to charge that battery or the batteries. And, solar is awesome. It's, but because we're carrying that generator, we can run that if we need to. The dual 6 volts, I apologize. Dual 6 volt was definitely an option we had to have, and it's worked out really well. Yeah. The capacity there for we don't run out of power necessarily. No. We know how to manage things. Gray water tank is our limitation for most of our trips, if anything, right? Yeah.
Right. That's good. That's kind of good to hear. So you guys are mostly boondocking then, I would say?
If that means that, no plug-in, I would say so. But have we ever plugged in? I don't.
We've never. Possibly we went to a provincial site that had power. But we've never hooked up to city sewer or anything like that. So works well for us. I don't want to put down true boondockers who are like way off the beaten path, but we don't. We definitely go places where there's no water, there's no power, there's no sewer. We've never actually hooked up to full services ever with our trailer. Yeah. We're mostly. I'd call it a good 75% boondocking and 25% provincial parks.
Oh wow, that's really good. So you guys are actually on the for most people, you're on the other end of the scale. You're on that, maybe from an escape perspective, you will be called, hardened off-gridders or more hardened boondockers. Most of our folks, they'll maybe spend, 60-70% of the time at serviced campsites, that fully serviced campsites, and then it's having the option or the ability to to go off, or you try and go to a campsite and it's like, oh, I can't get one of the ones that are serviced, so now I'm going to have to boondock, right? Especially which is happening, a bit more so now, right? Because campsites are in short supply and people are, everybody wants to get out and enjoy themselves.
Oh yeah.
Much more so.
That's like that'd be a 5-hour Zoom conversation talking about that. Yeah. It definitely, it actually, we find ourselves a little bit lucky because of our chosen style of camping and carrying the boat with us and hitting those kind of locations, it is a bit easier for us. We don't have as much anxiety. There's certain places we go to that we know will be relatively available for the most part. This year was the first time because when the pandemic, or when they recently opened it up here in BC, we went to a little spot in the interior that we always go to. It's the first time I showed up on a Tuesday morning by myself, and it's the first time there was only one spot left, and I managed to wedge the trailer in there. And this place is normally pretty 50% full max. So people are definitely keen to get out there.
Yeah.
And I guess another positive of the size of this trailer is that, we got a 21. It's not huge, but we can get it into some places that might be a bit tight for people, right? So that definitely an advantage there.
It's a good balance for us because I think we run in circles with campers. Some campers that we've met would say we are absolute glampers. We are. They look at our setup and think that's pretty luxurious. So it's hard to think of us as. That's why we have trouble thinking of ourselves as boondockers, because we are definitely well equipped and lacking for nothing as we camp. But we can do it pretty much anywhere, which is really, really nice.
Excellent. That's really good. Sharon and I are heading off next week, so we're off in we're going off in the 21NE next week, which is just the obviously the NE layout wasn't available when you guys got your trailer. We're just heading up Whistler way for a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice up there. There's lots of great stuff up there. We go past Pemberton on occasion. Birkenhead Provincial Park. That's a fantastic spot.
Really nice. Yeah, we're going to hit Paradise Valley, I think, in Squamish first. So we'll do that for a little bit.
Riverside.
And then we're actually going full service. So
yeah.
It's up to Riverside. We're going to kind of use the opportunity to have some, what's the Harrison want to call it? Trailer talk on the road?
On the road.
On the road type idea. So sort of get up there and sort of set up and do a bit of a trailer talk on the while we're at the campsite itself. That could be fun.
I could use some advice.
That's a big load on your technical helper there. He's gonna be stressing out.
Well, he's gonna drive up anyway for a day. At least it's nice and close, so it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How far afield have you guys gone with your trailer?
How far have we gone? We did the Kootenays last summer.
Nice.
So that was probably the biggest trip the little one's been on. We're aiming for Wells Grey in August.
Nice.
Fingers crossed if fires stay under control. So I think that's as far as we've been.
Yeah, I mean, we picked this up in the beginning of the summer in 2018. And, obviously both work full-time, little ones, so we don't get out as much as we like. But every year we definitely do at least 2 week-long trips somewhere in addition to all the weekend fishing trips that we do. So the Kootenays was great. That's about 10 hours-ish to get out there. And, again, the thing tows like a dream. We've towed it with our Tacoma when we first had that. And between my not so svelte self and the water and all of our gear in the boat, she was getting a bit maxed out, very doable, but we need a little more space. And we've got an F-150 now, if that helps anyone out there in the world. The Tacoma was perfectly fine, capable, but having the extra oomph with the half ton is definitely, you don't even notice it anymore. It's not there. You don't notice the trailer, and it tows dead straight. It's very, very solid. It tows very well. We know a lot of people with single axle trailers and with double axle trailers, and they certainly don't tow as well.
No, I see some of the stick built trailers on the road seem very high. It's very wobbly. They just seem to wander around the road an awful lot. It's like, whoa, that's would not want to be pulling that.
No, this feels a lot safer, especially in mountain passes and just knowing you can get out of harm's way and things like that. So,
yeah, and a lot of modern vehicles have the capability. When you're towing, it'll alert you if you're starting to sway a bit, and it'll take care of it. But it gives you an alert on your dash. And I know quite a few people with different rigs, and they'll say, they'll ask me, "Oh yeah, I had the wind was picking up. Did you get any warnings on your dash?" I've never had one, never once.
Wow.
It tows dead straight. We load it properly, obviously. You need to know what you're doing, and it's within its boundaries. And I can't say enough about how well the thing tows. It's great. There's no stress involved, right?
What size engine do you have in that F-150?
It's the 3.5 EcoBoost.
Oh, the EcoBoost? Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much what we've been using. We use all the time here as well. It's the same. Yeah, 3.5 liter EcoBoost is the. And that's got huge towing capacity.
Yes, Rolls-Royce would have called it adequate.
Yeah.
Then when you build a bigger trailer,
we can.
Well, that's it. You're all set for the 23. If when we spin that one around. But oh man, that 23 we're just pushing hard to try and get it done, but it just takes a lot of effort, and we're in the middle of the production increase type work that we're doing at the same time. So, I mean, that's always a very careful approach you have to take. I mean, you want to speed things up, but primary focus is always maintaining quality. Right.
Certainly, yeah. And, that's in my opinion, one of your niche items, right, is your quality.
Yeah.
That's what sent us that way, right? We wanted a good quality product.
Yeah.
I feel we certainly got one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so far, obviously, your the only issue we've had actually was the fan switch in the heater. And of course it was cold, so we carry a spare with us now, but someone doesn't like cold weather at 3 a.m. apparently.
I can't blame you. Can't blame
But other than that, the unit's great. We love it. Cleans up nice, looks good.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of it. We get the usual. I know a lot of people speak to it. The visitors you get in campsites, the questions you get.
Yeah.
I was telling Sharon on the phone there, I was making dinner and I turned around and some gentleman just appeared and he was just sitting on the picnic table. Oh, hi, sorry, I just wanted to talk about your trailer. That's fine, just you caught me off guard.
Yeah. It's a common... Sorry?
It's a strange thing. Like, you'll be in a campground and if I'm just there, they seem to want to talk to Derrick. Whatever, well, that's a whole separate issue, but they'll stop, right? They'll do a few laps and wait till they see us all there and then come and have a conversation. It's quite funny, but we do the same thing. So we're looking for the owners of the other escapes we see too. So that's his favorite feature is being able to drive by another escape on the road and wave at them. That's his favorite feature, hand down.
Yeah, it's hard to look cool when you're that excited on the road.
The friend. Oh my God, I don't know.
Even the little one now, she knows. Yep. Yeah, there's another escape, man. There's another one.
Yeah, we've been past actually the beginning of last summer. I can't remember where we were going, but someone, basically a twin. It was a Chevy pickup, but with the same boat and the same boat loader and the same 21, pulled up beside me and gave me a wink, and his wife waved, and off they went. And I said to Nancy that there goes some smart, good-looking, intelligent people right there.
That's awesome. Oh, it's really good. Rick Allister was saying the same, right?
Yeah.
About the wave. Like,
is he?
he was saying it when we were on the last talk.
Yeah.
It's like the Jeep wave, it's the same thing. Now there's the escape wave. Yeah.
For people.
Absolutely. We've got friends who have, if you're familiar with the MPG product, looks a little bit like an RPod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were just fishing with them, and he made a point to tell me that someone came to our campsite to talk about his trailer for once and not our trailer. He was very proud.
Yeah, that's a nice little teardrop, the MPG. Nice looking little trailer. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, Rick Anixter was talking. Rick Anixter was on here before, and he was talking about the same thing. But then there was another Paul Durand who, sorry, you wouldn't notice. I just know all the names. Mm-hmm. But Paul Durand picked up his trailer last week, and his whole comment was, "It's like everybody wants to talk to me."
Yeah.
When I have an escape trailer, everyone's following me down the highway, getting me to pull over, so they can have a chat with me. We've even had customers who sort of remarked to us that they've had police pull them over, and the police pull them over just to talk about the trailer.
Really? Holy cow!
Yeah. People walk by the house too that stand and stare for a while and want to have a conversation and take a look inside too. So.
It's because, like, for us, we because we're familiar with the trailer and stuff now, and we know it, we're always looking out for it. So we'll always see them, especially up and down the highway here in Chilliwack, or if you go up to the up to Kelowna way or Kamloops way, you're always going to see some escapes passing by. So you see them all the time because you're looking for them, type thing. And I guess the same thing happens with people, right? If they're looking at a bowler trailer or a Trillium or or they see a Bigfoot and escape, and it's like, it's.
Absolutely. I've always got my eyes peeled for those things because I always have. If I see a bowler, I get excited, an Airstream, and escape, obviously. I was at the Sandy station outside of Kilchenna, and I was distracted. So one drove by, saw our trailer, and honked. And my friend said, "Oh, you didn't wave. You missed one." And I said, "Oh, geez, I didn't wave. I'm going to get kicked out of the cult."
Which way did it go?
I better catch him.
Gets on a hitch, honey. I got to run and catch this.
Yeah, that's right. That's what Rick called it as well.
What?
A cult. Remember?
Cult.
Yeah.
I really think it might be, yeah. It's not really a cult, though.
It's a good
all
one.
good.
Nothing
It's
wrong
a
with
good
that.
one.
It's a happy one.
Yeah, happy one. Yeah.
A very, very happy one.
Totally.
Yeah, nothing but happy people
Yeah.
on the whole thing. I know you sent us a whole bunch of photographs, and I think Harrison's going to try and work it in here that he can flip up some of these photographs. Any in there that are favorites for you, or bring back memories, maybe?
I really like the one of, I think I was telling Sharon on the phone, I'm that guy who, waxes the trailer and polishes it, and keeps bugs off it and puts the wheel covers on when it's not in use. And her daughter's great. She loves to help. And we've got a good picture of her. I think she's got the wash mitt on and she's cleaning the propane tank cover.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just like that she's following in my footsteps. That's
It keeps her occupied and out from my feet. So I'm
That's the one I mentioned to Karl before we started. I was saying this is a great photograph of Hannah. And she's just there with her little cloth. She's so cute. What a good girl.
I like the Canada Day one too. That was
that's a great picture.
one of our first big trips with it on a Canada Day weekend. That was really lovely. Might be a good one at Glimpse too. Well, I don't know if you...
You know what's funny? I said it to, I'm sorry, I can't remember the gentleman's name who responds to when you submit your photos, but I sent a bunch in at your request because of, we're doing this, and you think in your head that you have a bunch of fantastic photos of all the wonderful places you've been, and we do. However, when you start looking carefully, like that's out of focus. It doesn't really do a good job or justify, the trailer looking wonderful as it does. We're kind of more memory people. We don't take a ton of photos, so I apologize in advance for not having a ton of beautiful photos of the trailer for you. But
I think it's a tough one to do, because a lot of the time, if you look at the photo or your mind, you see the trailer and you see all the imagery behind it or whatever the situation is, and it's so beautiful. You take a picture, it's like it just doesn't it never does it justice. Like it never does.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. For us, and we're not. I'm not in particular a massive social media guy. I'm not always trying to take great pictures of my life, and we tend to do it. We live in the moment. We don't go to concerts and film it on our phone. Teach their own. That's what we do, but it's all up here. We remember, as opposed to taking a pile of photos. Yeah.
Plus, now we're running after somebody, so
yeah, that's right.
That's it.
There's fewer photos happening.
Well, I must admit, Sharon, over the years, you've always been the photo person.
Yeah.
It's always like this is her whole thing. It's like this all the time, taking pictures, and it actually turns out really good, because you run back through the years and like, oh gosh, I don't even remember
that. Yeah.
Were we there? I don't even remember doing that.
Yeah.
And then you have all the photos. It's like, oh wow. That comes back.
It is important. I like to, remember all the places. Since we got into RVing, I've been keeping track in a bit of a book of all the different places we've been and just who we were with and little things we want to remember. So that's really fun to look back at too.
I saw another gentleman online, and he on our website, and he had the map. He's from the US, and he had the map, and he had stickers on of all the places like he'd been to, and it was like stuck on the side of his trailer, and he just didn't go. Yeah. And now I'm going to go down like near Florida in that area, and then I'm going to go up here, and you could see the empty spaces on his map, and everything else as well. It was really cool. Really cool.
I've seen that map before. It is neat, and the states get filled in as you go. Correct?
That's right.
That's a very cool. That's a very cool little piece of work.
But when that's right, because when you guys picked up your trailer, of course, we didn't have the rally that year.
That year, well, we would have picked the year we picked it up was June, so I think we would have missed it.
That's right. Yeah, sorry, that year I meant as in the 2019. Then
then we missed. Yeah.
So we had reservations for
2020.
2020, and the pandemic shut it down. So we were a little cheesed because we really wanted to go to that.
We were pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we were too.
Yeah. But I think you're trying to get it organized for next year.
It's already. I've already booked the campsite. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll sign up for sure. We're keen to go to that. There's lots. I really like how you set it up with all the events and different things for different people. And Anna's gonna love it because there's a pancake breakfast, or there was. Hopefully, there's another one.
Yeah. But, it'd be nice too to talk with if there's other families with smaller children, just to see how different things they might do to modify the trailers or make it work better for the little ones.
Yeah, totally.
That'd be nice to have that connection.
Yeah, one thing I think we do differently, if I don't recall if it was an option at the time, but because of Hannah, we take the dinette up and down every day, which isn't a big deal. But I think a telescoping pedestal would have made that a lot easier instead of the two posts.
Yeah.
I just don't recall if it was an option at the time.
Or if we just chose not to, yeah.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was not, right?
No, yeah, no, I brought that in.
Okay.
Yeah, because I brought in two. So we only ever had the one table mounting solution, which was the two posts.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, up until the end, up until the transition period, and then after the transition period, because I joined in January 2019, and then kind of worked through the transition with Reese. We went through that, and then I we started looking at product development initiatives. Sort of at that point, then one of the key things and this all came from customer feedback as well. I think what would happen though is we had started installing the Springfield pedestal, the marine pedestal,
right,
gas actuated pedestal, for some people, and then we're kind of looking at it saying that's not a bad idea, right? Especially if it's up and down all the time, just like you were saying, exactly the same. So it's not a bad idea. How can we figure this out? So we figured it out, and then we started to install it. With the hardest part of that being the screws that go into the floor. This is always the same thing for us with when customers do modifications themselves. They do what works for them or what they're happy with in their own modifications, because they only have themselves to think about when that happens. When we looked at it, I'm like, oh, hang on a second. Mounting this into the floor is going to require more than what we do. What we did was we just drilled, put the stealth tapping screws in and pulled it down that way. And I kind of looked at it and went, oh, that's not going to be, I just, someone could sit on the edge of that table and it's going to leave her arm out and eventually rip them out if it's sort of repeatedly done. So we needed to get some inserts to put in, which then necessitates make a jig, set everything up right, get all the right tooling in place. It needs a pilot hole, needs a countersunk hole, needs a fitting we'll put in, and then we put the screws in into it at the end. Right. And I remember doing some pull tests on it, and so just trying to see if I could yank it out of there, like everything I had, and I couldn't get it out. So I figured if I can't pull it out, it's probably not going to fall out.
Oh, you're making me think now, because I was considering retrofitting ours, and every time I think about that Springfield pedestal mount, I'm like, oh man, the water tank's there. It's going to need to be beefed up on the floor before like you say, you can't just drive it into the floor. Yeah. So
when you do go to get onto it, just I would say give us a buzz, and we'll maybe just give you a quick sort of update on how we install it, and the threaded inserts that we use in order to make.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. And that's I think I was speaking to Sharon about the escape trailer form. There's I've only ever had the trailer. We've only ever had the trailer back once. You folks are very helpful. Just minor things. I like the fact that you can pick up the phone, or in our case, drive out there, get some great advice. The escape trailer form is also another wonderful place, another wonderful resource for advice or modifications and things like that. So that going back to not the cult, but the community, if you will. There's just a ton of information out there, which is really appreciated.
Yeah, no, it's a really great community, and everyone just seems to be so incredibly helpful. Oh yeah, with everybody else. They just want to help everybody else, give them the best,
each other.
The best they can, so.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just nice to know there's people out there who help you out, are willing to spend their time, and the incredible details some people put in their posts for modifications they've done that's a lot of time and effort on their part. So I really appreciate that.
It really is. Yeah, no, we love it. Yeah, we love it too. And obviously it's like fertile ground for me, because I go and look at them all, and I start to go, what ideas, what can we start to feed into our trailers, based on these modifications that people are doing, because it's the whole wisdom of crowds idea. If lots of people are doing it, it's probably people want it, and it's probably a good idea. So we need to move that way. But product development with us always takes a little bit longer, because we've got to consider all the models, all the configurations within all the models to be able to do these types of things. Like this year we did lithium batteries. So we went to a lithium, and you start off and you think, oh, lithium battery. Oh, okay, just change the batteries out. I was like, nope, way more than that. Needs a different converter, needs a DC to DC charger from the vehicle now, and then you kind of got some weird Bluetooth function issues with the vehicles these days, especially on the Fords. It seems to be resolved itself now, but it was a bit of a challenge in the beginning. And then you got to make sure that the solar charge or the solar controller can is lithium capable.
Yeah.
That the number of lithium batteries is acceptable to it, and kind of one thing leads to another, and then you need a different bus bar and stuff. So it's like what you thought was this is going to be really easy suddenly isn't so easy anymore.
Never is.
It never is, right? Nothing ever is.
There's no such thing as a 5-minute job, as much as you might like it.
It's funny you mentioned that. One of the things we hummed and hawed over option-wise was the front storage box, and that was the only one that we really, we know what we like, and that was the only one that we hummed and hawed. Didn't take it. Not kicking myself or ourselves, but I would like something up there to put my stabilizer bars in and the hitch assembly. I felt the other one might have been not as suitable for that. I'm sure there's a million people watching this who'll tell me that I'm an idiot and I'm wrong, but just something we didn't take. And to this day, I'm lurking on the forum trying to see if anyone's built one or if there's a suitable thing I can bolt on, or should I just go get the box? So
well, who did an interesting one was David Hendrickson. Yeah. David Hendrickson did he purchased one straight off of the web and put it on. So have a look at we uploaded the rally video. We uploaded the rally video, Harrison, and is David Hendrickson's modifications up on YouTube as well?
It's all in that one.
That's all in that one, the rally highlights video. So have a look at the rally highlights video. Because David we can get you in contact with him as well. He's really
he's
great
really
guy
helpful.
to talk with. Really helpful.
Yeah.
So have a look at what he put on there, which is a nice box. And the reason he chose it was he wanted something. He was very much into lightweightness or lightweight items and reducing his weight because of the tow vehicle he has. And so he's really focusing on reducing weight. And he got himself I think it's an aluminum box, which he really likes. It fits, actually looks beautiful on the trailer. And is nice and straight down on the inside of ours, which is a bit of a slant on it. And he really loved that. So have a look at that one.
I will. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you guys up for that information. I'd be interested to see, because that's something I'm definitely going to get done eventually here. But
and we have and I know we also have a bunch of guys, because I've talked to a few of them who are really good carpenters, or finishing carpenter level, like cabinetry, cabinet makers type level, who've made up their own sort of boxes on the front.
there's
a mind the turning radius, but
well, that's the other thing. Where some of the places we go, you got to cut her pretty sharp just to get around the old stump or tree, and it is nice that I can max out the turn on the truck and just going forward and not contact. And you've got to really be not paying attention when you're backing up to hit ours. So it is nice to have that flexibility.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Wow. I'm really hoping that, I think it'll be great next year. We all get together when we go up and have the, up in the rally. We'll get I think it'll be a huge number of people trying to come to that rally. As well. Because last year when we did it in 2019, that's right. When we did it in 2019, wasn't it 100 and, was it 120?
No, it was more than that.
Or was it more?
Yeah.
Oh wow, dating myself now. So we pretty much we were close to having the whole. Oh yeah, the next year when we booked for 2020.
Yes,
we were. That's right. We had over 150 or something. Yeah. So we were close to having the entire campsite. Yeah. Booked out.
Well, that's brilliant.
That's really cool.
Like I said, we'd like to go meet people and pick their brains on different things. Like we'd like to put in some. I'll build them. I'm not a finishing carpenter, but I'm not terrible with wood, so I'd like to build in the what do you call it?
The armoire,
the cabinet,
wardrobe.
The wardrobe. Yeah, I'd like to build sliding drawers in there. It just suits our purposes better. Don't hang a lot of stuff. When we do hang it, it's outside or on a door. So just little things like that. I know people have done it, and it's great to toss some ideas around.
Yeah, well, nice guy to talk to as well. The cat carpenter, I guess, David Murphy. Yeah, down in Texas. He's near Austin, Texas, if I recall. So David down near Austin, Texas, has he's made some really nice sort of improvements in the cabinetry side of things within his trailer. Yeah. Even though he's a cat carpenter, he makes he does a lot of what do you call them? Cat playhouses, I guess, or cat extensions and things for people in their houses, just places for cats to run around and be cats. I guess, which is normally, I guess, stalking and trying to kill things, but that would be, at least that's what our cat tries to do all the time.
Yeah, but he's Lazy.
He tries to kill Sharon's dog.
Oh yeah, he's bigger than the dog. So yeah.
when the cat's not busy ignoring everything you say, right?
Well, that's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pretending to, right? Turning his head and saying, I don't even recognize you. Who are you? Got it. Brilliant.
Do you find, if I may ask, are you aware of many people who have little ones with escapes? That was part of one of the things we were keen to see when we went to the rally, was how many folks had a little one, because I think most people look for a trailer with, say, a bunk setup, for example. And we, to be honest, we kind of did as well, but we were.
He talked me into this one. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, it was either, throw out your stick-built trailer in a few years when which had a bunk, or buy one that's going to last forever, right? So
our demographic is changing. So I can say more on feel, I guess, or on thought, that definitely over the last year and a half, I've seen more younger families, such as yourselves, right? These sort of more younger families or families with younger kids buying escapes than what I had seen in the year prior to it. So there seems to be, and I don't know how much, what that is. It's, typically we were 55, 60 plus. Typically, so the kids were a little bit older, but no, it's definitely people in their late 30s and 40s, which we seem to be catching a lot more of nowadays. And I'd hazard to say, and we need to validate this, that that's a bit more Canadian than it is US.
Okay, fair enough.
So the Canadian demographic is shifting a little bit more. It used to be a lot of 17s and 19s. And now it's more 21s and fifth wheels. And definitely when people get into the 21s, especially the 21NE, which is just a longer version of the 19 in terms of layout, it appeals to a lot of people with more kids, just because the dinette is so huge.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got the classic, right? So you've got the big kitchen.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine having your kitchen is almost 2 feet shorter in length, and that couple of feet is into the dinette.
Absolutely right. And that's where that U-shaped dinette comes in handy when it's not being Hannah's bed. There's enough room for Nancy and I to be across and Hannah in the middle, or wherever when she's not crawling all over you, spilling cereal on you. It really does make for steaming wise, like far better option.
For sure.
Really
we have we have a chap, his name is Dustin Richardson, and Dustin took a 21NE. Is that right? It was an NE, Harrison, right? It was, yeah. Dustin took the NE. He took a 21NE during the pandemic, and decided to take a sabbatical, him, his wife, and his young daughter, right? His daughter, and they're all off and they're living full time in the trailer.
Wow.
Moment. Last time I was touching them, they were Boston way somewhere, if I recall, Massachusetts way somewhere.
That's
so
fantastic.
There you go. There's another one, right? But doing it full time, which is quite a jump, really.
So you can make a snore-proof booth in your trailer. I don't think we're going to do full-time.
He snores a lot.
Yeah.
You need a pony trailer. You need a pony trailer.
That's right. Yeah.
Derek's sleeping
dog bed
pod.
in the back.
We've already discussed, if the boat's not on the boat loader, one of those rooftop tents might be my new apartment.
Yeah, one of those 360s or something. They're pretty nice. Yeah, they're pretty nice. Oh, this is great, guys. Okay, well, listen, I think we're pretty much going to close it up at this time. Let's say thank you so much for participating and giving us the benefit of your experience with your escape, and sharing with us your enthusiasm, should we say, for your trailer. Really do appreciate it. Love having you guys, and all the way across the board. So we'll probably close it up here. And we'll say thank you very much to everybody for watching with Escape Trailer Talk number 5 with Derrick and Nancy Egan. And unless there's anything else, have you got anything else? No? Have you guys got anything else?
No, just wanted to say thanks. It was great to meet you, and this was a lot of fun.
Oh, wonderful. We really appreciate it. We'll pop this out to everybody, and then who knows what sort of questions. And never know, you might have a whole bunch of people saying, well, we're a family too. So, let's meet up or let's chat.
We're We're happy to
do that.
Happy to bestow any tiny wisdom we may have.
And Nancy, anytime you're anytime you're down, and so we're getting back teaching at the Y again here in the next couple of weeks. So if you're down and you want to grab a guest pass and come on into a cycle fit class or something, then let us know and we'll sort you out.
Yeah,
perfect.
The offer's out there. All right, thanks again, everybody. We're Escape Trailer, and we're
built for you.
For you.
That's a winner.
Thank you so much.
We'll just get Harrison's going to stop the recording here.